Ladies and gentlemen, this story came out on Forbes, October 4th, 2021. Be careful about what you do online, especially when it comes down to looking up people, because this government is now tapping Google to identify anybody that is searching for a victim of sexual assault. So if you're looking up their name, their address, their phone number, you could be in a situation where you may not even be aware that the person was sexually assaulted. Perhaps they never told you. You may know them, but they never told you. Well, Google is now going to report anyone that's doing those sort of things, searching for people. That's going to be reported to the government by Google. So you better be careful about what you choose to do online, because you may be putting yourself in a lot of trouble. The US government is secretly ordering Google to provide data on anyone typing in certain search terms. And accidentally unsealed court document shows there are fears such keyword warrants threaten to implicate innocent web users in serious crimes and are more common than previously thought. In 2019, federal investigators in Wisconsin were hunting men they believe had participated in trafficking and sexual abuse of a minor. She had gone missing that year, but had emerged claiming to have been kidnapped and sexually assaulted, according to a search warrant reviewed by Forbes. In an attempt to chase down the perpetrators, investigators turned to Google, asking the tech giant to provide information on anyone who had searched for the victim's name, two spellings of her mother's name, and her address over 16 days across a year. After being asked to provide all relevant Google accounts and IP addresses of those who made searches, Google responded with data. In mid 2020, through court documents, do not reveal how many users had their data sent to the government. In rare examples of so called keyword warrants, and with the number of search terms included, the broadest on record. Before this latest case, only two keyword warrants had been made public. One revealed in 2020 that was asking anyone who had searched for the address of an arson victim who was a witness in the government's racketeering case against singer R. Kelly. Another, detailed in 2017, revealed that a Minnesota judge signed off on a warrant asking Google to provide information on anyone who searched a fraud victim's name from within the city of Edina, and because that's where the crime took place. While Google deals with thousands of such orders every year, the key term warrant is one of the most contentious. In many cases, the government will already have a specific Google account they want information on and have proof it's linked to a crime. But search term orders are effectively fishing expeditions, hoping to ensnare possible suspects whose identity the government does not know. It is not dissimilar to the GoFence warrants, where investigators ask Google to provide information on anyone within the location of a crime scene at a given time. As with all law enforcement requests, we have a rigorous process that is designed to protect the privacy of our users while supporting the important work of law enforcement. A Google spokesperson said. So Google is pretty much saying they're ready to give you up. That's what they're saying. The latest case showed Google is continuing to comply with such controversial requests despite concerns over their legality and the potential to implicate innocent people who happen to search for relevant terms. From the government's perspective in Wisconsin, the scope of the warrant should have been limited enough to avoid the latter number of people searching for the specific name, address, and phone number in the given time frame was likely to be low. But privacy experts are concerned about the precedent set by such warrants and the potential for any such order to be breached of the Fourth Amendment protections from unreasonable searches. There are also concerns about First Amendment freedom of speech issues, given the potential cause anxiety amongst Google users that their identities could be handed to the government because of what they searched for. Trawling, though Google's search history database enables police to identify people merely based on what they might have been thinking about for whatever reason at some point in the past. This is a virtual dragnet through the public's interests, belief, and opinions, values, and friendships akin to mind reading power by the Google time machine, said Jennifer Granick, Surveillance and Cybersecurity Counsel at the American Civil Liberties Union. This never before possible technique threatens First Amendment interests and will inevitably sweep up innocent people, especially if the keyword term are not unique and the time frame not precise. To make matters worse, police are currently doing this in secret, which insulates the practice from public debate and regulation. So, y'all, in essence, just be careful about searching for people on Google because that information can potentially go to the police. I'm just telling you, this is really what it's all about. All right, so the warrant only came to light because it was accidentally unsealed by the Justice Department in September. Forbes reviewed the document before it was sealed again and is neither published it nor providing full details of the case to protect the identity of the victim and her family. The investigation is ongoing 2 years after the crime occurred, and the DOJ didn't comment on whether or not any charges have been filed. So Forbes was able to identify one other previously unreported keyword warrant in the Northern District of California in December 2020 through its existence was only noted in a court docket. It also has the potential to be broad. The order currently under seal titled Application by the United States for Search Warrant for Google accounts associated with 6 search terms and 4 search dates. There's more that the government can get with such requests than simple Google account identities and IP addresses. In Wisconsin, the government was hopeful Google could also provide cookie IDs belonging to any user who made the searches. The cookie IDs are identifiers that are used to, group together all searches conducted from a given machine. for a certain time period. Such information allows investigators to assert, even when the user is not logged into a Google account, whether the same individual may have conducted multiple pertinent searches, the government wrote. There was another disturbing aspect to the search warrant. The government had published the kidnapped victim's name, her Facebook profile, now no longer accessible, her phone number and address, a potential breach of the minor's privacy. The government has now sealed the document through what was only alerted to a leak after Forbes emailed the Justice Department for comment. That mistake of revealing the identity of minor victims of sexual abuse in court documents have become a common one in recent years. As in the latest case, the FBI and DHS have been seen choosing, different acronyms for victims, but then publish their full Facebook profile link, which contains the name of the minor. I mean, this is crazy. After publication, Jennifer Lynch, Surveillance Litigation Director at the Electronic Frontier Foundation, highlighted 3 other Google key warrants that were used in the investigation into serial Austin bombings in 2018, which resulted in the death of 2 people, not widely discussed. At the time, the order appeared even broader than the one above, asking for IP addresses and Google account information of individuals who search for various addresses and some terms associated with bomb making, such as low explosive and pipe bomb. Similar orders were served on Microsoft and Yahoo for their respective search engines. As for what data the tech companies gave to investigators, that information remains under seal. You can read the order. Okay, so they do have the order there, but the bottom line is, y'all, be real careful about what you're searching for as far as names, addresses, and phone numbers out here, because Google is going to report all of that activity to the government. Now, this is just what they're telling you in the article. Trust me, they're getting far more information than just from victims of crimes and stuff. Trust me, this goes way deeper than that. And that's why they're telling you in the article, innocent people will get caught up in it real easy. And next thing you know, you're going to be dealing with all kinds of legal issues depending on what your searches are. So, hey, just know all of these big giant tech companies, they're all in cahoots with the government. You may be doing something completely innocent, but next thing you know, you're going to be in a world of trouble. For real. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.